Today we're going to be learning about a great tool that you can use called Little Bird Tales. In this particular tool, you can use it to create different lessons. You can set up a classroom and disseminate the lessons right through Little Bird Tales. You can create a tale together, and it can be used for retelling, for just creating a story. It can be used in science and social studies. There's many uses, and it provides a number of lesson plans for you to help you to see what's out there and how other teachers have used it, and also use their lessons for yourself. And they're by subject matter as well as by grade level and even language. So if you're a world language teacher, you have some options as well. But here's a number of them here, and they're fabulous tools. But the first thing you need to do is you want to join now. Once you click join now, you're going to choose teacher and you'll fill out that information, and then you're going to be sent an email in order to go ahead and sign up for or confirm your sign up for Little Bird Tales. But I already have, so I'm just going to sign in and show you some of the great tools that Little Bird Tales provides. So here I can create a tale, which kind of starts to be a little bit like a PowerPoint. Down here on the right, you'll see a bunch of pages once you're done. First, you're going to give your tale a title, or it'll automatically put your name in there. So I'm going to leave that alone, and then I'm going to create my cover of my tale. And you use the tools over here on the left in order to create it. So your paintbrush is what's going to give you the best option, but it gives you a few different ones. I'm going to keep on round, and you can choose the thickness of the brush and even how it looks, or even more of that sprayed on look. But I'll show you some of the different colors, and right now I have a really thick brush, or I can move my little arrow back and make it very thin. So you have some options there. I can also erase it, or I can, which will only erase a little bit by the thickness of your line, or I can just clear it here. I can also upload a particular picture from my gallery myself, my own photos, or one from the internet. I could also use a line, and again, I can change that thickness as far as changing the brush. So that brush is always going to be helpful. I could do a square, and in here, this little bucket will fill it with a different color, so I can change the color of it. And by a matter of even any of these, I can just choose it and click on the item. I can make a circle, and let's change that circle color, and it will allow you, there we go, you gotta fill it, to use different shapes and styles here. You can also add text, and you can change the font size. You can also change the type. So I can type in hello all, and that's kind of what you can do. But you want to save it, and once you save it, you're going to see the little orange box quickly come up, and it says loading. And sometimes you don't even notice it, but once it has gone away, your tale has saved, and you'll see it here. And at this point, I could record right in here. So I'm going to click my record button. Always have to allow and close, and then I'm going to click my record again and allow, so I can allow the camera and microphone. And now that I am already talking, you're going to see slightly that little red movement. That means I'm being recorded. So I'll stop here, and you'll hear, so I can allow the camera and microphone. And now that I am already talking, you're going to see slightly that little red, you can hear that that was being recorded as I went along. And once you're all done here, you're going to click save, and your tale will save, and again, it's going to land here and immediately provide you with your next page to work on. So here's my tale page art, and I can follow the same thing, or I can go to galleries, so I can click in to see what other people have. These are the only things I do have, so I could add that one, and it's going to repeat here. I can also add in text, I can record, and then once I'm all done, I am going to click save. And you'll see the next page show up, and down the right, I have page 1. And it shows you here, this is text. This is blocked out because I didn't do a recording, but this one is brighter because I did do a recording. And once you're all done, you can save your tail and you are good to go. So I can go back and I can preview to see how it all looks. And this can be embedded into a website. A link can be shared with parents. It's a great little tool. Now that I am already talking, you're going to see slightly that little red movement. So your preview and your completed tail will show you your recordings and everything in it. Now if I wanted to create lessons or add students, I can do that as well. So I want to select my school, find my school, and let's put Quashnet School. Oh, by its zip code. Whoops, I didn't read my directions. 02649. Find my school, and I'm going to click Quashnet School, select. This is important for when you're given a code for your students. So here I want to manage classes, add a class. So I'm going to say ELA and save. And now I want to add students into my class. So here is my class. And so I'm going to click add a class, or I can, that would be actually adding another class. So I'm going to click the title of my class, get started, add a student. So here I go, add my student, and I'm going to add me as a student, and I can change the username here, and it asks for a last name. I generally don't put the last name. I usually put the initial in just to protect the students. It's just a good idea. So the username, I'm going to just use my first name because that's easier for my students. It automatically provides ABC as the password, and pretty much always it's ABC. Save. And then what it's going to do is give a class code. So when I give this to my students, they'll need that code in order to add on. So here, and I would just continue to add in what my, this is my dog. So I'll put Riley in. I need to capitalize Riley. And again, ABC is always going to be my password. And it just keeps it as simple as possible for your students. So now I have 2 students in my class. So class manager. So I have my ELA class. There's the 2 students. I don't add any tails or assignments. And let's see, we can scoot through. See, it has no tails, no lessons, and it will just show you the details that you need. So you can view class, edit your class page, decide who can see it, only you, your students, anyone. You can be searchable however you would like to. So once you get that all set, you can go back and start to add a lesson. So let's go. And this go-to and the help will help you to set up any questions that you have. How do I do it? Where do I go? What do I do? So it will help you to go ahead and get started. So if I want to go to create a lesson, and I can start to set up exactly what I want in this lesson. I can set up a template or tell them exactly what I want. And if I'm not sure, gee, I don't really know how to do that. How do I assign a lesson? So it will tell you to find the desired lesson in my lessons menu, select an assign lesson button on the desired lesson, and it just lays it out. As you read through, you can see exactly, it tells you how to go ahead and get started. And you can always go out to your home and you can get set up that way as well. So manage my lessons, I can manage my school. Importing students, you need to have a CSV file, which happens to be a spreadsheet. So let's go back here. All right. So I want to do my lessons, and I'm going to either look for a lesson or I'm going to create a lesson. To get started, click on Create Lesson. So, title, Create Your Own Tale. And I might just provide them with some information for a template. And I can tell them to type in, create your own tale, draw a picture, you must have 3 pages, and get it all set up. So Little Bird Tales is just a great tool. So I want to just show you a couple of public tales so you can see some of them. 10 black dots. Let's see, play. Oops, setting it up. This is told by a first grade class.
10 black dots retold by Mrs. Lance's class. 2 black dots make a Christmas tree. 9 black dots make a bird. 6 black dots.
What you'll notice in that tale is that you can see particular pictures that the students have created. You can take pictures of any of the things. Either we put in student pictures of artwork, any of those things. And actually, parents can buy the tale, and that's always going to be here. It's always an advertisement, but they don't have to. But it is a nice option so that they can save that tale forever. So in a nutshell, that is Little Bird Tales.